respect. And so they did quite a valuable job at that particular time. And what I can mine on was the black shirts coming through for Aberdeen, the fascists. They came through for Aberdeen, had a meeting in the Broch. And I think the Catholics got word on that and now, because I can mine there was a priest there, and he was going to be speaking against them. And then, of course, Louis Scott and his lot learned that the fascists was coming through, and of course they turned up. And they took the side of the priest, and they threatened to throw this black shirts into the harbour. And of course, the police intervened for the protection of the fascists. Intervened, when I mean we intervened, they really told them they would have to go to the tune and they would escort them out. And that's the way it was done. But I can mind, you talk about standing on the top of a soapbox, and that's exactly how it was. They used to stand on top of that. The other thing I mind on, and that seemed to be an area where you used to get the folk, it was the street musicians, the stewards, for instance, used to play the melodeon and with their songs, and often songs were full of words, quite frankly, and there's a little loony at the back, and there's a big, huge crowd of folk. I heard after laughing, but I maybe didn't understand why they were laughing, but I seen, got the king about it when I started to put two and two together, fit the words of the songs that they were singing. One of the songs in particular I mind, although when I went through other words, it was the halls of Benachie. No, you bonny lassie, take my advice, never let an old man kiss you more than twice. Or all the time he's kissing you, he's making up a plan to hear a wee bit rattle at your all tin can. Now that was being sung in the 1930s, and so I don't think if much has changed as far as suggestiveness is concerned. But you got a laugh at that, and then there was the other folk. This was, I took place after the pubs, I think, shut. The pubs shut at 9 o'clock, you see. You didn't get a drink after 9 o'clock. And of course, no drinking on a Sunday, unless you was a bona fide traveller. In the Sunday, what happened on the Sunday was you'd get out to Resarte, the brokers would get out to Resarte, and because they were 5 miles out of the tune, they could get a drink, and the Resarte folk could come into the Broch, and they could get a drink, because they were coming, travelling a distance, as it was, although there wasn't that much of that get on. It might have been them as desperate, but very, very little of that get on. And of course the street singers, Steve, there was a Malay called Yorkie with his daughter, and they were quite an attraction. They used to come every summer and sing in the streets, and I sung the Old Rugged Cross and things like that, and you'd throw a penny out the window. Even if it was in a high-rise building, if you had a penny to spare, you'd have thrown it out to the wifey, and he played the mouth organ, I think, Yorkie. And that gives you an atmosphere who the tune was. The other thing that comes back to mind is in the winter time, when the snow didn't clear away so quick, because there wasn't the machinery to clear it away. So when you got snow, it could lie in the streets for days on end. And of course sledges would be out, Patchins bray, the Alkirk bray, then the loons would begin doing here in the sledges, which is a great danger. You could finish up in the harbour. But I mean, that was the kind of life it would have been lived. As far as the milk carts coming in for the tune was concerned, as you would imagine, some of these firms, it was in the age of the tune, or knew the new housing areas. But still to come that distance through the snow, it was great difficulty because you get reefs of snow, maybe 6 feet high. But what they used to do was instead of coming in the carts, they used to come in the sledges with the milk. The horse would have drawn a sledge in, and I suppose the last things in the Broch, the hay sledges, was Lawrence the baker. When the snow came on and he had to get ruined, then the cart was put aside, and the sledge was stayed out. And this sledge got round the tune with delivering his loaves and his whatever he was doing. I noticed he knew that the supermarkets has got overdate stuff for sale. I mean, they sell stuff overdate. If it's the last day of sale, then they'll sell it to you at half price. Well, of course, that get on in my day, whereby you'd go down to the baker's and ask for a penny worth of broken biscuits, or overday's biscuits, and they would be sold. You held bag of biscuits very, very cheaply. The other thing was gone to you'd be down to the butcher. I had doing for a bone. Ask the butcher for whatever he was getting, and ask him for a penny bone. With a soft side, you used to say. And the soft side meant that he left a bit of meat on it, and they scrape it off. And pennies of vegetables, you would have bought a penny of vegetables. Chipped fruit was something else. You get to you would have gone to the fruiterers. Bernie Duncan's was a fruiterer, and you would have gone to him and you'd ask for a penny of a chipped fruit, and you would have gotten some chipped fruit. Of course, the saying at that time wasn't doing to Bernie Duncan's for a penny of chipped fruit, but not too many melons among them. You can, so that's the kind of things they said. The other thing that occurs to me too, that the story that the loaves was coming down in price. And somebody said, the loaves come down in price. Oh, they come down, how much do they come down? Oh, a penny. And the boy said, well, I hope there were pennies, because they did sell penny loaves at that particular time. And so that's my thoughts. You can go back to that days and thinking about that days. Yeah. Later on, of course, I mean, I worked for Lipton's. That was my first job, really. I got in as a message boy and stayed there until about the first year of the war, because I was only a young laddie, I wasn't an old lad, but there was 16 of us staff worked in Lipton's shop, which was in the Broch. That included 2 vanmen who used to go into the country as far as Pitsliggy, and just a little beyond Pitsliggy, and go out in the country selling stuff. We would have started at 8 o'clock in the morning, and could you really imagine that the manager came to his work in a bowler hat, with strapped trousers and a black jacket, just like in Dad's army when you see the banker come in. Well, he was dressed in that fashion, would you believe it? Just a young man, but that's how he was dressed, that's how the managers had to dress. And we'd look to line up to get our hands inspected, you know, to see that our hand was clean. Then the shop, of course, my mind the shop was shut on Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays at I think 7:30, so it was 8 o'clock in the morning, 7:30 at night. Wednesday was a great day because the shop shut at 1 o'clock, and right enough, 1 o'clock you got out of the door. But of course, although you shut at 7:30 on a Monday, you didn't go out the door. It could have been 8:30 before you got finished, because you had work to do. See, all the flour, the sugar, and all the cereals like split pies, hill pies, barley, meal, they'd had to be packed into bags. They came in 100 pound bags, except for the sugar, which came in a 200 pound bag. And all these had to be made up into buckets and wide and tied. The butter had to be made up. They came in a great big box, the butter and the margarine, but it had to be made into half pounds, sometimes a quarter pound, if that's what they were requiring. And of course, that's the sort of thing you had to do. Friday was a long night, and Saturday was even longer, because you finished, I think, on Saturday at 9 o'clock at night. Now, once you finished, the windows had to be tin out, the display windows had to be tin out, a new display get in every Monday. All your benches had to be scrubbed, and I mean scrubbed. The top of the benches in the cook meat department and the baking department, that was one side of the shop, was marble top, and indeed all the shelves was. And I mean, it was monkey bran we used to use to do the shelves, so all that had to be done, and that. Every 3 months we had to stock talk, and so we'd have to come back on a Sunday. Nothing paid, but according to your rank, and me being the lowest, being the message boy, I had to go for them, by the way, to the messers, which was next door, I got a slider, a penny slider. The next thing up, when I got a tipney slider, until you reached the manager, who got a chocolate waver, can slider with a chocolate bar, flake bar in between. I think it was kind of 99, but I could be wrong. Scallops, some of them got scallops. But that's how it went, and that's what you got. New Year time, Hogmanay present, because it wasn't Christmas wasn't celebrated, you see, in my day, it was Hogmanay. In Hogmanay time, I got a 7 pound slab of cake. Now that came, I think about 1.5, 1 shilling and 8pence, because I was 4pence a pound, but I could be wrong. You maybe counted better than I will, but that was roughly how it was. And we were quite happy because we were happy. Of course I was getting, although we the staff at 16, I suppose some females, and there was females working in the shop, maybe even a bit jealous of another female that was looking after Bonnie and getting other lads. There would have been that sort of friction, or if the manager was giving this lassie a second look because she was Bonnie looking at the other end, there would have been a bit of petty jealousies in it. But really, as a whole, we got on great together, and when we was marking up, as Ben the back, he was marking up the cereals, as I've indicated to you, and tying them up and winding them up. Well, it was a team. You know, it's somebody to shovel the sugar into the bag and pass it to the next one who put it on the scale, and they had to weigh it right, and then you had to pass it to another one who had to fold the bag into the way it was going to be, and then another one to tie it, and another one to stack it. So if you had 5 team doing that, then during the time you was doing that, you was speaking about what had happened at the weekend, or the picture you had seen, or had been in trouble, just gossip really. But we were friendly. That was one thing I must say, we were very friendly. So that is my experience working, living well. I get on for there as a progress for a message boy up and maybe to a henna counter, and then finally in the early days of the war, when the vanman had to go away, he was called up, so he had to leave. They asked me if I was going on as vanman. Well, when I say they asked me, I mean, I suppose they really told me. I didn't think I had much say in the matter. But however, I couldn't drive, but there was a provisional licence out, which meant that I'd be allowed to, I could go in as long as I came away to start the engine and work the gears. So the vanman, it was gone away, I was on my hand for a week. And after the week was up, I was on my own, as you can imagine. I didn't king at the van had 2 tanks, and when I tanked a petrol finished, you had to switch over to the other tank just to show you how green I was. And when I was out of Inverallica village delivering, selling my stuff out there, then the machine broke down, and I had to send into Williamson's garage for the mechanic to come out. And when he came out, of course, all he had to do was put all the switch onto the spare tank, but I didn't king that.